Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today we have a new story for today's Read Aloud, and it's perfect timing because Miss Dominique just did Listening Detectives with you this morning. And of the 4 letters that she featured, let's remember what those were. There was a P, I remember there was an F, and I think there was an I, and there was definitely an M. And then I found this book, and guess what it's about? It's about a monkey. And monkey starts with, what's that letter? It makes the monkey sound. That's right, it's the letter M. So this monkey has a funny name. His name is GrumpyMonkey. And Jim is having a very, very bad day, which happens to all of us sometimes. So when you want to know what a book is about, like when you get a new book, you can check out the cover sleeve because sometimes it has information. So Jim Pansy is in a terrible mood for no good reason. His friends just can't understand it. How can he be in such a bad mood when it's such a beautiful day? So they encourage him to stop hunching, start smiling, and to do things that make them happy. But Jim can't take all that advice, and he has a bit of a meltdown. So could it just be that Jim needs a day to feel grumpy? Let's find out. Here we go. Grumpy Monkey by Suzanne Lang and illustrated by Max Lang. One wonderful day, Chimpanzee woke to discover that nothing was right. The sun was just too bright, the sky was too blue, and the bananas were too sweet. Jim was confused. What's going on? Maybe you're grumpy, suggested Norman from next door. Here's Norman. I am not grumpy, Jim insisted. On his walk, he met Marabou. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Marabou. Now, why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Marabou. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. But look at how you're standing, Marabou said. It's true, said Norman. You're all hunched. So Jim loosened up. Then he ran into Lemur. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Lemur. Now why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Lemur. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Well, your eyebrows look grumpy, said Lemur. It's true, said Norman. They're all bunched up. So Jim raised his brows. Then he tripped over Snake. Oh, no, said Norman. That's the last thing you need when you're feeling so grumpy. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Well, then why that frown, said Snake. Well, I think it's because he tripped over you, Norman whispered to Snake. So Jim put on a smile. Do you think that's Jim's real smile? Or do you think that's a fake smile? Finally, Jim looked happy. But he didn't feel happy inside. Everyone wanted Jim to enjoy this wonderful day. Oh, you should sing with us, said the birds. But Jim didn't feel like singing. You should swing with us, said the monkeys. But Jim didn't feel like swinging. Oh, you should roll with us, said the zebras. But Jim didn't feel like rolling. Well, you should stroll with us, said the peacocks. But Jim didn't feel like strolling. Oh, you should lie in the grass. You should stomp your feet, said the elephant and the lions. Ah, you should take a bath, said the hippo, and make a splash. Oh, you should hug someone. And then you should laugh, said the hyena. Ah, you should take a nap, said the crocodile. You should eat old meat, or some honey. You should jump up and down, said the frog. You should sit in the sun. The porcupine said, you should dance. I like that suggestion. But Jim didn't feel like doing any of that. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked the others. It's such a wonderful day. I'm not grumpy, shouted Jim as he started to beat his chest. All right, let's stop for a second. How many M's did you find on this one page? Look really closely at all these letters. Let's look. I found 2. How about you? And Jim stormed off. He stormed off, and look at everybody else who's looking at him as he's stomping away. Jim felt sorry, a little sorry for shouting at everyone. Well, but mostly sorry for himself. Well, I guess I am grumpy, Jim sighed. And just as he was starting to feel really, really sad, he came upon Norman, his neighbor. And Norman was slumped, and his eyebrows were bunched up, and he was frowning. What's the matter? Are you grumpy too? Asked Jim. Nah, I danced with the porcupine, said Norman. Uh-oh. Look what's in his tushy. Porcupine quills. Ouchies. Are you okay? Asked Jim. Well, it hurts, but I'll probably feel better soon enough, said Norman. Are you still grumpy? Yes, said Jim, but I'll probably feel better soon enough too. For now, I need to be grumpy. And it's a wonderful day to be grumpy, said Norman, and Jim agreed. And he already felt a little bit better. The end. So why do you think they both felt better in the end? Do you think maybe it's because they both accepted that it was okay that they felt a little grumpy today? And maybe it helped just a tiny bit to know that somebody else was feeling grumpy too. So sometimes when you feel down, just remember you're not the only one. Sometimes others share the same feelings that you have. Good to know. See ya.